Hello everybody and welcome back to QuipScope, the show where we take a look at a game that's just about to come out or has come out and we talk about it and do a little quip at the end. I'm Ben.
And I'm Peter.
Peter, we're actually talking to a camera today.
We are.
Why is that?
Because there's not much footage out there, if any at all, for predator hunting grounds.
Which is exciting because, I mean, on the one hand...
we know that one.
We do know that one. On the title at the top, it says gameplay. There's a little bit of gameplay in some of the trailers we're going to sprinkle in throughout this, but the impressions part, I think, is that much more valuable.
Yeah.
Because there's just not a lot of footage out around there, and people may not know much about this game.
Yeah.
But you've played it.
I've played it.
We've been to EGX.
Yes.
And you're going to tell us all about it. Peter, what is Predator Hunting Grounds?
It's a one of those asymmetric multiplayer sort of deathmatchy style games.
That's what it says on the back of the box.
Yeah, with all those sort of hesitations and made-up words
Hyphens
in it.
and stuff.
Much like, I mean, the obvious comparison is with Evolve. You know that really successful game Evolve?
I do know Evolve, yeah.
Yeah, it wasn't that successful. People were sort of excited about it and then a bit disappointed. But the idea with Evolve and with Predator Hunting... Hello, tablecloth? The idea with Predator Hunting Grounds is that there is a super powerful one-man army, the Predator, versus 4 shooter first-person stinky cod boys.
Oh, the stinky cod boys or girls get to play as well.
They do, yeah, absolutely. So I queued up for over 2... Yeah, I think about 2 hours or more.
Long time, wasn't it?
Yeah,
it was at the PlayStation booth.
Outside a shipping container that had been sort of painted. The issue was, in terms of the length of that queue, that they only had 5 machines set up in there, so that was sort of one match at a time.
That seems... Well, I suppose that makes sense.
It makes sense. I mean, I think that's all the space they had, to be honest. But it meant that it was a slow-moving queue, and then it was just a case of one match, and then we better move you on. Yeah. So... the first thing I have to tell you is that I did not get to play as the Predator.
Okay, you played as the stinky cod boy or girl.
I did. I nearly got to play as the Predator, actually.
What was it down to? Are there any rules in the shipping container?
Well, the rules in the shipping container were that I was near the front of the queue but not quite near enough to get in. But then 4 people had gone in and they needed 1 more. And the people ahead of me were all in one group of 5, and so they all wanted to go in together. So the guy at the front of the queue said, anyone else? Anyone want to go in? So I was able to leap to the front of the queue. Now, when he was calling me, he said, we need a Predator, we need a Predator. I was like, yes, I'm going to do it. And then by the time I got into the shipping container, about 3 seconds later, the other man who was in there said, hey, yeah, come on in, we need another soldier. So I think one of the soldiers in there had gone, oh, it's the Predator. We're the Predator.
I heard someone excited about playing as Predator. Let me just deflate their balloon.
Yeah. Anyway, so I brought some notams because I wanna get this right.
Yes.
As you say, it's kind of an important set of impressions here, given that there's not much out there.
Not a huge amount.
No. So, first things first, when you're playing as one of the soldiers, there's 4 classes to choose from. Now, you can mix and match. You don't have to sort of have one person of each on your team.
Okay.
But there is Assault, CQB, that's Close Quarters Battle, I guess.
Battle, yes. Boy.
Yeah, Close Quarters boy or girl. Scout, and Sharpshooter. Sniper rifle.
Oh, I see.
Yeah.
Right. I sort of... Because in some games, scouts and
the
snipers
same as,
are pretty much interchangeable.
But not in this. Although I didn't play as a scout, and I don't think anyone did, I think it's a kind of quick-moving...
Like a smug character.
Yeah, sort
SMG.
of a SMG smug. Yeah, that sort of thing.
Okay.
So that was that. I chose Assault. Just because actually I was fiddling around with the menu and I didn't really understand what was going on, and then the game launched. Now is Assault.
Well, I'm doing Assault.
Okay, I'm Assault. So it's quite interesting actually. The aim of the game is not just to kill each other.
Okay.
There may well be certain game modes where you do just try and kill each other. Whether you know it's
the famous film, Boys vs Predator.
Yeah, that one.
Yeah.
But certainly the game type that we were playing was objective-based. So the 4 boys or girls were moving around the map, going from point to point, doing various things. We were trying to like blow up server blades and stuff like that, and I didn't really understand exactly what the context was. But
Tom Clancy-esque Gubbins objectives.
Yeah, it was
we need
Gubbins
to get
objectives.
the servers.
Yeah.
We need to hold square on the objective.
We need to find the next server by running to the satellite dish on the other side of the map, activating it, and then that will tell us where to go, and then we go back to the satellite dish next time for the next objective.
Right. Was there a bit of voiceover that just went, Gubbins confirmed?
Yeah, pretty much.
Okay.
Yeah, go to the next gubbin.
We found
singular.
the Gubbins. Gubbins is in my sight.
So our objective as the boys and girls was to do those things. The Predator is essentially just there to kill everybody. But also on the map, there's a load of other soldiers. AIs.
Who are these guys?
They're the jungle soldiers from the film.
Oh no.
Those ones.
Right.
So we were getting shot at by them. The Predator was getting shot at by them. If all of our team died, either at the hands of the Predator or the jungle men, we were dead.
Wow.
And that was game over. The Predator can be killed by us or the jungle men.
If it bleeds.
If it bleeds, it can die.
It can die, that's the phrase.
Yeah. So that was those are your fail states, and the Predator's win state was to kill the 4 of us, and our win state was to just do all of the objectives. I don't think it was necessarily kill the Predator. I'm not even sure. He didn't outline specifically, the guy who was there, whether we can actually kill it. If it bleeds, we can kill it. I think we probably could have done, but it's a toughie. He's a tough boy.
Right.
So I can't actually say with any certainty that you can kill the Predator, despite the phrase, if it bleeds, we can kill it.
Surely you can kill it.
I think you can probably kill it.
Maybe if you leave out enough sort of cakes and fried goods, its lifespan will be drastically shortened.
Yeah. Gameplay.
Yeah.
The gunplay was like totally fine.
Okay.
It was fine. It was good.
A question about the other gun boys and girls who were just running around the map. Were they hard to kill? Did they do a lot of damage?
No.
Are they just sort of a distraction almost, sort of to make the game a bit more dynamic? Kind of like in, what's it called? You know the one where you run around and you swing your big Japanese swords and all of the little boys go flying everywhere, but they're not the main focus.
Dynasty Warriors.
Yeah.
Or Dynasty Warriors. Nasty Warriors.
Nasty Warriors. Were they kind of like that?
They were
just little
a
peons?
bit like that. They were, I would say they were more than the likes of the Dynasty Warriors.
Okay.
But they were not too threatening. They're very easy to kill. They didn't have particularly good aim, and there were a number of moments where I was like getting really shot at, thinking, oh god, I might be in trouble here, because I knew as well, if I die, that's my 2-hour queue done.
No, that's true, yeah.
And I was like, oh god, please do not die. And my screen was going red, I was getting blood and stuff, and I was like, well, I have a choice of either staying here and getting shot at, or running right out into the open to get away, which means I'm running right out into the open. I did that, was still getting hit by bullets for many seconds and still didn't die. So I think there's it's quite forgiving, certainly as far as the soldier boys go.
Okay, that's good to know.
Yeah. But I think my comments on the gameplay are just kind of can apply to the entire experience, really. Like, It was fine. There was nothing really wrong with it, but I was not blown away by it.
Okay. Because the developers, correct me if I'm wrong, comments, and I know you will, I believe they made another asymmetric game. I think it may have been horror themed.
Oh yeah, the horror one,
where someone plays as a villain and others play as campers in the woods, or boys and girls.
Yeah, it's like Jason Voorhees or something.
Yeah, that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
So they've got previous with it, and I played a little bit of that, and some people really love that because it's just you can jump into a server with your friends, 5 or 6 of you, and then it randomly assigns who's going to be the baddie. And it can be really good fun. But I do get what you mean in that the little I played, I thought, this is this is not for me.
Yeah.
So you don't think Predator Hunting Grounds is necessarily going to take the world by storm?
No, but I guess it's, you temper your expectations. You think about, what am I actually expecting from this? I don't think, hopefully, people aren't expecting this to have some sort of epic campaign mode where you play as a predator and go to dozens upon dozens of different levels with highly cinematic scripted moments in them, because at no point have they advertised that whatsoever.
Right.
They have said this is an asymmetric multiplayer shooter, and that's what it is. It plays fine, really. Like because I went in thinking, oh man, those are the tick boxes they have to tick. I really hope they do. And I was really concerned that I was then going to get my hands on a gun, and even like the gun wouldn't be very good, or the movement would be a bit sloppy. And it's like, no, they've at least done all that well. So that's the main thing.
And it's doesn't seem to be remotely related to the movie license necessarily, in that there are no familiar film faces apart from Predator, of course.
Yeah,
there are no familiar faces from the film.
Not that I could tell. I mean, the fact that you're running around in the jungle very much is reminiscent of the first film in the series.
Mm-hmm. Are there any choppers? Any getting to them?
I think
loud in sort of an Austrian
we
accent?
arrived on a chopper, but I don't think we were told to get to or from it.
To get off the chopper.
Yeah,
maybe
get off the chopper.
It doesn't quite have the same ring to it.
Not really, no.
Okay.
So I didn't play as Predator, so it's kind of hard to gauge how fun that is, what he's capable of doing. Even the person who was playing as him, I saw him a couple of times, like running around the map, slicing people up, but not. You kind of wonder, like, is that? This is your first time playing the game, so maybe you're just a bit bad. No disrespect to that person.
No.
But there was a bit. I sort of rounded a corner at one point, and he was there, just sort of going. It wasn't quite.
Just waving around, just like the Predator.
Yeah.
Take it to the bank, boys. That's a Predator.
Just sort of running around on the ground. You kind of expect him to be leaping from tree to tree or something, And so I kind of thought, that looks a bit naff, but I'm going to assume that was partly down to...
Just teabagging.
Yeah,
and
pretty
T-posing.
much.
Okay. Did any of you get taken out by the Predator at any point?
Yes.
You did?
Most or all of us died at the hands of the Predator.
That's good though.
It is good.
I mean, I can't say for sure if that seems balanced or not, but that seems a movie appropriate at least.
When you die at the hands of the Predator, I died at the hands of the Predator. It runs a cutscene where he walks over to you and he executes you.
How are you executed?
I think it's the same every time. He pulls your skull with spinal cord attached out of your head.
Finish him.
How do you pull a skull out of a head? Yeah, it is finish him. It's one of
and
those.
then he takes it home, he puts it in a pot. Baby, you got a stew going. Throw a couple of bones in there.
I thought you meant like a flower pot.
It's a Carl. That's a multi-layered Predator reference.
A nice Virginia creeper crawling up it or something.
Oh, right. Well, yeah, you could do that
flowers
too.
in the eye sockets.
Will you let me explain my really bad, really laboured
the double
Predator reference now?
Yeah.
So, Carl Weathers is in Predator. He's the one who has his arm shot off.
Right.
And he's also in Arrested Development too.
Okay.
And he keeps talking about getting stews going at several points. Yeah, throw a couple of bones in there, baby. You got a stew going. So maybe that's what the Predator... Thank you for coming to my TED Talk about this joke.
Fantastic. It was a good one. I'd rather... It's very cold.
Okay.
So there's a revival system. If you get downed... Your friends can come and pick you up.
Once your spine's been removed?
No, before your spine, very much before the spine has been removed.
Okay, good.
When your spine is removed, you're dead forever.
Right.
But actually, that was, as I say, it's all very hard to gauge based on one game with a bunch of people who don't know what they're doing, and for 20 minutes.
Yeah.
But I did wonder at one point. I'm a bit concerned about this downing thing in that. We had one guy fall down, a friend ran over to help him, and the Predator killed that guy. And then I ran over to help him, and then the Predator killed me.
Oh, I see. So he was camping there.
He was just camping the body. Check the bodies.
Interesting.
So that, we weren't really told, like, oh, if you do enough damage to the predator, he's, like, forced to run away, or whether he can just stay there and soak up bullets,
That's very true. I mean, in any other game, that would be a tactical maneuver to take someone down and then just sort of wait and see if anybody comes over to revive. Like, a Battle Royale game when you're playing on teams and stuff.
Yeah.
You're like, well, if they've gone down to their knees, that means that their teammates are still alive and they're going to be coming to help them, so keep an eye out. But when you're overpowered alien god predator,
yeah, exactly.
It seems like, you could just take out an entire team by just waiting. And equally, if you're down, what do? Do you bother to get revived as a tactical move?
Well,
then you can't play anymore.
So this is the one other thing. We were told before the game started, there's this mechanic where you can call for reinforcements.
Oh.
And so this is people who I think have properly died and had their spines pulled out.
Yes.
Can have a second life.
Right.
But there is only one call for reinforcements chip to cash in.
Okay.
So if one person dies, the impression I was given is that they could press immediately reinforcements and respawn. But then when the rest of us die, that chip has already been used, so we all had one life. And I never got brought back by reinforcements, so I think some selfish arse
you saw the button prompt.
Died at the start.
I've been queuing for 2 hours.
Yeah. It's like, well, so have we. Why don't I wait till there's like 3 of us dead and bring them all back? But he warned, the dev there warned us, like, you only have one shot at that, so you might want to wait until everyone's dead.
Beep.
Yeah. Some prick did that. I'll just check there's nothing else significant. You've done that bit.
Done
that one.
Done
That's
that bit.
fine. Yeah.
How sexy was Predator up close? Was he sexy?
He was pretty sexy, yeah. And the execution cutscene was good. The non-cutscene gameplay was, again, just fine. It just looked, I say gameplay, I mean the visuals were fine.
Yeah.
But the cutscene was nice.
Okay.
And crucially, I should say, Predator can go Predator invisible, which is not truly invisible. But he has a laser sight for some or all of his weapons, so that's, it helps you see him.
Okay.
As in, he leaves a big, obvious, visible beam everywhere.
Right.
And there's also a motion tracker on your screen at all times when you're a human boy or girl.
So you can sort of keep an eye on things.
Yeah, and you can. It shows red dots for all of the AI soldiers. Like, even if they're not really doing anything, I think they're very much. The game almost wants you to know where they are, so that they're not gonna prove too much of an issue.
It's about you and Predator.
It is really, and I think those other people are thrown in partly to annoy the Predator, because I guess an AI is going to actually have an easier time finding him than a human player is if he's running around invisibly.
Right.
So I think it's all. I think they've done a pretty good job of balancing it. It just. I would need longer with it to give some better takes, but that's the best I could take away from a 20-minute session in a dark shipping container.
Wonderful. Well, let us know in the comments below if you've had a chance to go hands-on with the Predator and what you think of Predator Hunting Grounds. Are you excited? Do you want to play it? How many skulls and spines have you ripped out? Let us know in the comments. Is it time for a quip?
Yeah, have you done one? Have you thought of one?
Predator Hunting Grounds, more like Predator Hunting Grounded, like that guy was in the game you played when he was just standing there and wasn't up in the trees.
Yeah.
That was a good one.
Oh, God. More like, when you get shot and you need reviving. More like Predator Hunting Downed. You've been downed.
Yeah.
Downs.
Sorry?
Downs.
Downs.
Because it's grounds, so
Right.
it's downs.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Gotcha. Predator, more like Deadator.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Predator, more like Prey, or Prey 2. If you want to
If you
get
get
serious
serious
about
about
this.
Okay. Predator Hunting Grounds, more like Predator.
Hunting grounds.
That'll do. Bye, everybody.
Bye.